CNN, the fake news media, enemy of the people. You just can't hate them enough. This is why people turn off the TV. This is why your ratings are where they're at. This is why you are called fake news. And look how they stirred this up, spent it around, spent it again, But just check this out, and we'll get into today's video.
Have much to do here. This is all on the Republican side, whether the Republicans can get all the votes that they need to pass this. That means enough Republican votes in the Senate. And they got one guy who's wavering and angry, and that's Kentucky Senator Rand Paul, who apparently, according to him, got disinvited to a White House picnic and ain't happy about it. Listen to what he said.
I think I'm the first senator in the history of the United States to be uninvited to the White House picnic. Just the level of immaturity is beyond words. They've decided they want to declare war on my family and exclude us from the White House. And I just think it's incredibly petty. It really makes me lose a lot of respect I once had for Donald Trump.
So, Dan, you just came from the White House, basically, and the Biden administration had some issues with Democratic senators at times, including the likes of Joe Manchin and others. What's the best way to get a reluctant senator on board? Disinviting him?
Look, I think it's really important that no matter what your party is or no matter what ideology, that you reach not only just across the aisle, but within your own party to bring people to yes. I mean, we all saw very publicly the original BBB, the Build Back Better bill, had a lot of struggles, in part because Senator Manchin couldn't get on board. But instead of alienating him or mocking him, President Biden reached to him, worked together, and we were able to pass one of the most successful climate legislations in the history of America. And so I think that is the kind of collaboration that Americans are really yearning for. I mean, the one thing that this poll really shows is just how divided people are right now. If you look at the difference between what Republicans are favoring or Democrats favoring. And so I think people are itching for a little leadership right now that shows that even if you disagree, you're going to come together and figure out a way to yes.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. When you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
I tell you, man, what a time to be alive, man. But I hope everybody that is tuned in right now that you are blessed, well, and healthy, man. One love to the human race, and that you're having an amazing week, man. 2025 is going well for you and your family, your loved ones. But the month of June is going well for you guys, man. We are praying for peace. A lot of stuff going on. Protest, going on Israel. I mean, it's just a lot going on, But we definitely wanted to get into this. We seen this hitting the headlines everywhere, and then we also thought it was pretty funny. A lot of them Patriots. How do y'all feel about Rand Paul? I'll tell you what some of them Patriots saying. Needs to be removed. I think he's another Mitch. CNN even covered this, and they were saying CNN's, and the way they covered it, they're saying CNN is just stirring the pot. Not what happened. Of course. And what we'll do is we'll play this probably that CNN clip in the beginning of the video. That's what we'll do. Because CNN just can't put the truth out. They just. But this whole big beautiful bill and Elon Musk, it's just been crazy, you guys. But it says, who else is sick of the media asking President Trump about Elon? Just let the 47th president move on. Who cares if he's friends with him or not? I am disappointed in Rand Paul. Rand is a clown and a liar. He is not disinvited from the picnic. He will be meeting with Trump tonight. End of story. Social media warrior combat needed. A disgrace of the mainstream media. CNN and they ought to shut CNN down. I don't appreciate the disrespect of the pause of Ron and Rand toward our president. Rhino Paul, Rhino. More troublemaking. Never Trumpers are getting desperate among the jacket. I tell you, man. This Rand used to be one of my favorites, but not anymore. He is not voting for what we the people voted for. Oh boy. But let's get into this. I wanted to get into this on this part. But Trump said, of course, Senator Rand Paul and his beautiful wife and family are invited to the big White House party tonight. The toughest vote in the history of the U.S. Senate. But why wouldn't he be? Besides, it gives me more time to get his vote on the great, big, beautiful bill. One of the greatest and most important pieces of legislation ever put before our senators and congressmen and women. It will help to make America great again. I look forward to seeing Rand. The party will be great. Oh boy, we could pull up the full. Let's see. Here's it right here. You know, we got to show y'all the full thing. Here's the full thing right here.
I've just come from my office, and
then we'll show Trump a response.
It's kind of a great time of the year in the summer. My family comes up. My son and daughter-in-law and grandson are coming up because we were going to the White House picnic, but I've just been told that I've been uninvited from the picnic. I think I'm the first senator in the history of the United States to be uninvited to the White House picnic. The White House is owned by the taxpayers. We all are members of it. Every Democrat will be invited. Every Republican will be invited, but I will be the only one disallowed to come on the grounds of the White House. I just find this incredibly petty. I mean, I have been, I think, nothing but polite to the president. I have been a intellectual opponent, a public policy opponent, and he's chosen now to uninvite me from the picnic.
It's crazy how they stirred all. It's a disgrace, man. It really is.
And to say my grandson can't come to the picnic. I just the level of immaturity is beyond words. You know, I've been here long enough that if anybody has ever followed me, I've been a critic of Obama. I've been a critic of Biden. I've been a critic of the previous Trump, but always in I think, a reasonable fashion along policy. And so they've decided they want to declare war on my family and exclude us from the White House. And I just think it's incredibly petty. And I hope someone will ask them some questions about how they've decided to sink to this step.
What was the explanation given to you?
No explanation. We're just not welcome. But you have to get a ticket, and we've always gotten tickets. I mean, I've been to 10 White House picnics. There's like Easter egg rolls, there's picnics. This is for Congress. And I think what's particularly galling about it is, I don't know if this came from the president on down. Let's hope not. But if not, it's coming from his staffers who have been running a sort of a paid influencer campaign against me for 2 weeks on Twitter. If you look at my Twitter, it's just gobs and gobs of these people. We know they're being paid because the White House, someone has told us that the White House called them from the White House and offered them money to attack me online. So we have that, and now we're uninvited to the picnic. And it's like, I don't know, it's just incredibly petty, and it shows that, look, I'm arguing from a true belief and worry that our country is mired in debt and getting worse, and they choose to react by uninviting my grandson to the picnic. I don't know, I just think it really makes me lose a lot of respect I once had for Donald Trump.
You were already a no on the bill because of the debt limit increase that was included in it, but hypothetically they could change that and get you to yes. Does this make you less likely to get to yes? I mean,
well, when they tell you your grandson can't come to a picnic at the White House that all of Congress is allowed to come to, I don't know, it just shows such a pettiness. But they've shown over the last week they don't care about my vote at all. Because I've told them I can and would vote for the bill if the debt ceiling were taken off of it. So conceivably, there might be some situation in which they needed my vote. Instead, they have decided to try to attack my character. They've misdirected people, saying he's a Democrat, he's for open borders, and all this craziness online, because I think I'm having some effect with the argument on the debt. Having effect that we have a $2 trillion deficit this year. They like to blame it on Democrats, but guess what? The spending levels right now are Republican spending levels. If they vote to raise the debt ceiling $5 trillion, the debt will be the responsibility of Republicans. And so how do they choose to respond? They're afraid of what I'm saying, so they think they're going to punish me. I can't go to the picnic, as if somehow that's going to make me more conciliatory. So it's silly in a way, but it's also just really sad that this is what it's come to. But petty vindictiveness like this, I don't know. It makes you wonder about the quality of people you're dealing with.
How much of your family was disinvited? How many people were supposed to come?
My son and daughter-in-law and my grandson are coming up on a flight, and they would be here in the morning, and then we go there tomorrow afternoon. And my wife and I, we probably have been every year. President Obama didn't disinvite us. The former President Trump didn't disinvite us. Biden didn't disinvite us. And we always did this. You know, you'll hear people around town say, "Oh, I'm not going to the Christmas party because it's President Obama's White House." It's our White House. It's the Americans' White House. We all pay for it. And we've always gone to the Christmas parties, whether it was a Republican or a Democrat. We've gone to the egg roll. We like the stuff. We like going to celebrate stuff in our nation's capital with our family. And I don't know. It's just, I think, a really sad day that this is the level of warfare they've stooped to. But it's also not very effective. It probably has the opposite result. You know, it doesn't make me have a real warm, fuzzy feeling for the White House that they're telling my family can't come to the White House. So I don't know. I just disappointed more than anything.
What does it say about Trump's character, in your opinion?
From working over there. Is when a tyrant throws someone in jail, man. They can plead to a lawyer who says, "Show me the body." You have to prove why someone's put in jail. It's one of the most fundamental rights we have. And the same
they just can't wait to drag Trump through the mud, bro.
The same people that casually would throw out parts of the Constitution and suspend habeas corpus.
I tell you, man, the fake news, man. He's left these paid actors, man. I tell you. Oh, I tell you, these paid anonymous sources, it's ridiculous, man. And they sit back and get a good laugh too as well. They love it, man. They love the division. They love any single thing that they can stir up. The CNNs, the MSNBCs, you know, they love these clips. You know, they can't wait to get just that one little clip. I'm very disappointed in the president. He's a complete disgrace. He's immature. He's this, he's that. They can't wait to get these little small clips and spin the whole narrative and just spin it. He's the big bad orange man. Threat to democracy. Our sweet cinnamon sugar apple pie. Add ice cream on the top. Democracy.
So I think what it tells that they don't like hearing me say stuff like that. And so they want to quiet me down, and it hasn't worked. And so they're going to try to attack me, and they're going to try to destroy me in other ways, and then do petty little things like social occasions or whatever. But it probably will not work. It probably will not make me cow down or bend to their will.
You're talking about Stephen Miller.
Do you think Stephen Miller uninvited you from the White House?
I don't know. I think that it's somebody the park, you know, we can go to the mall, but it's just really kind of sad that this is where we are, and that they think that this is somehow in their prerogative to sort of, I mean, literally every Democrat is invited, every Republican is invited, and to say that my family's no longer welcome, kind of sad actually. My grandson has a Make America Great hat. My son and daughter-in-law, they like Donald Trump. I like Donald Trump. But when they want to act this way, it's where they begin to lose a lot of America who just wonders, why does everything have to descend to this level? Why can't anything be more highbrow and more of an intellectual discussion where we have a disagreement, but it doesn't have to descend to this?
Do you think Stephen Miller should be working in the White House? Do you think Stephen Miller should be working in the White House?
I'm just going to leave it at that.
How did they let you know about
Well, we just tried to get our tickets, and they said you're not a
little guy? Yeah. But he has a.
Yeah, we may bring him tomorrow with us Make America Great hat.
And can you just to answer the other question about the character of, if not the president, the White House?
I don't love how he was like a little reserved and didn't go complete bananas, you know. Because again, sometimes you hear something and you just lose it, and then again it'd be fake news. They love this stuff, man. And sometimes the receiver takes it completely wrong and loses their mind. I actually love how he was actually real reserved. How do y'all feel about Rand Paul? Again, let me know in the comment section. But he wasn't lying about the grandson having a Make America Great hat. But again, this is what Trump responded. Trump responded very quickly as well. But let's see if we can find the hat. I know it's on here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Yeah, you know, Make America Great hat. The grandson. And it says, and he says, turns out my grandson is actually invited to the congressional picnic. He is ready. And he is smiling in the picture and also has the hat on his grandson. So this was a couple of hours ago. You know? Hey, you just can't make this up, man. You just can't. But we do have Trump responding. I want to play that as well. Let's see. Let's see.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir,
Go ahead.
Mr. President, sir, you made a lengthy posting today on Truth Social about Senator Rand Paul. Do you expect to see him at the picnic tonight, sir?
I do. I look forward to seeing him, actually. I like him. He's the hardest vote in the history of the U.S. Senate to get. Probably won't get him, but he's a very tough vote. I mean, he's a very tough vote. He's always been a friend of mine. You know, I endorsed him and got him elected. I got him elected twice. But I don't think he understands how great this bill is. This is a great bill. No tax on tips, no tax on, you know, the Social Security payments. It's unbelievable what happens. No tax on overtime. You work overtime, no more tax. It's so, those are big, but they're minor compared to the big things. Taxes reduced. And let's look at the other side. If it doesn't get approved, a 68% tax increase, 68%, including the fact that the Trump tax cuts kick in, but it's a 68% tax increase and many other bad things. I don't even want to, some of them are so bad I don't even want to talk about them. I think it's one of the greatest bills we'll ever pass in this country, and I think that Leader Thune and this gentleman right here, what he's gone through on this with, you know, we started off with a majority of 1. Now I guess we have 7. So it's like easier, but it's really sort of 3. It's 7, but it really equates to 3, right? And we have great support. I mean, I can't tell you, I can't guarantee, but when you have a majority of essentially 3, where you can't lose anything more than 3 votes, and you get it passed, it's pretty amazing. And I think it's going to haunt the Democrats because most of the bill is common sense. It's tax cuts, it's border wall funding, it's military funding properly spent. It's all things that are like common sense. They're all good. There's nothing tricky about it. It's basic stuff. And we don't intend on getting one, think of it, not one Democrat vote in the House. Mike, not one. Maybe somebody will come along. I don't know how they can run for office. So many different things. We're gonna very important, Medicare and Medicaid are gonna be strengthened, not hurt. You know, they're using fake narrative. Oh, no, they're gonna be strengthened. We're gonna strengthen them. They're gonna destroy them because under their policies, Medicare and Medicaid go away. Social Security under them is gonna be devastated. With us, it's gonna be kept, but much stronger than before. And very interestingly, I saw this and I proved it because for 4 years, I never hurt Medicare, Medicaid, or Social Security. I've already been there. But they're going to destroy Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. They're going to wipe them out, in my opinion, because their policies are so bad, the country will have no money to pay for them. We're going to make them stronger than ever before. Thank you very much.
What do y'all think of that? You just can't hate the fake news media and the CNN. Just can't hate them enough, man. CNN, fake news media. You know how they just spin everything, and then you got to come here to find the full thing out. What a disgrace, man. Let me know what y'all think of this. I love y'all, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love, you guys.